Hi, it's Devorah Gila Berkowitz, and we're on day 26 of Counting of the Omer. We are more than halfway through. So today's energy is Hod sheb'Netzach, Hod being the thankfulness, gratitude, and humility in your endurance, right? In that follow-through that we've been talking about this week. And in my incarnation as a singer-songwriter, some of you might not know this, but I produced an album called Hodu L'Hashem. So that means thankfulness to God. And this actually became like a one-hit wonder for Jewish women in Israel. But this isn't meant to be a sales page for my CD. But if you're curious, you can listen to it on CD Baby. That's for women only. So what I wanted to share with you was one of the things that propelled me into into transformation coaching from vocal coaching was this amazing connection that my clients were having between moving from constricted voices to open voices and moving from constricted relationships in their lives to more expansive relationships in their lives. So the more we worked on their voice, the more relationship improvements that they had. So for instance, they were finding their soulmates, getting married, improving their marriages, having better communication in their marriages, even getting pregnant after a couple of years of trying. And I think this really connects back to what it says in our sacred text in Genesis, that the creator of the world breathed into the nostrils of the first person, right? That's all of us, right? And with the divine breathing into you, you become a living being. And one of the interpretations of a living being is a speaking spirit. So every time you take that breath, every time you become more alive, every time you are able to speak, you actually infuse yourself with godliness. And if you can be connected to this idea that your breath, your potential of your words has a godly and creative potential, then your life can really improve. So in light of that, today I want to give you a vocal tip on breathing for your singing or for your speaking, for your communication. And this one I learned from the Judy Rodman with gratitude. So what you want to do is take a breath that has three aspects to it. They are silent, deep, and wide. Silent, deep, and wide. So by silent, what we mean is some people make the mistake of taking a very noisy breath like this, like that. And I do that too when I'm excited, and right? So what you want to do is open your mouth and let the breath fall in. Very effortlessly, okay? Why don't you try that with me? Open your mouth, let the breath fall in. Right, now didn't that feel great? Because that really opens your throat, and that's very expansive. Step number 2, a deep breath. We're going to imagine that you're inflating a beach ball in your belly. And what's happening is that the diaphragm muscle that's attached to the rib cage at the bottom of the lungs is going down every time you inhale. And what this does is it pushes out the contents of your belly, and it allows your lungs to fill up. So let's imagine that you're inflating a beach ball in your belly. Okay, do you feel that? Number 3, the breath is wide. So some people make a mistake of breathing like this, vertically with the shoulders, like that. What you want to do instead is open up and expand your breath out to the sides and make it wide. So let's put that all together. Silent, deep, and wide. Here we go. Okay? Now, can you imagine how your life could be different? How your communication and your relationships could improve if before you opened your mouth to say something that was important to you, you paused and you took a silent, deep, and wide breath? Think about that. So until the next video, I want to bless you to come from a place of humbleness, gratitude, and thankfulness when you're in your relationships, expressing yourself, and to open up your voices and communicate from a place of godliness and divine essence.